Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you getting into my paycheck to paycheck budget where I close out paycheck 1. I'm setting up paycheck 2 and preparing for the next half of the month. So I'm excited about that. We get paid twice a month, the 1st and the 15th. So what I have to do now is come over here and look at the numbers of what has actually cleared, which all the bills have actually cleared, and look at what I had planned for my spending categories and find out how much I actually spent in my spending categories. So the way I discover how much I actually spent in my spending categories is I go to my weekly check-in and I look at week 1 and 2 because that is part of paycheck 1, and I total the 195.53 and the 540.67 and come up with a total. I'm not going to do all the math for all the categories for you here, but it's 195.53 plus the 540.67. That gives me 736.20. And that, oops, I got a glare, sorry. And that is the spending for the grocery household category. And then I take that number over here and write that down in the actual column. So I'm going to go ahead and write down and talk about the different categories and how much I spent, or our family spent. We're a family of 4 adults. And we commingle all our money together, and then I do the shopping or spending, and that's how our family just kind of works together. So like I've already said, the grocery household was $736.20. All right, so restaurants is way over, and you saw that in the weekly check-in, $333.79. I did lower the amount of grocery household and restaurant, hoping to stay a little more in budget, but it's not working, so I'm going to have to bump it up next month. Miscellaneous was $70.41. Did I have gasoline? I don't have it written down here, so on my notes. Let me double check. Okay, so I do have gasoline. That's $134.70, so I'm going to put that on this page here. Whoops, here we go. And then I have copay, and there was no spending in copay. And then no spending in unbudgeted. No, there was spending. There wasn't in week 2, but there was in week 1 when I was traveling and buying things for my family, as well that I was visiting, as well as here at home. So that was $399.82, and that just comes out of the buffer of this checking account here. Everything on here is on the checking account. I just realized something. I thought we were going to have Orkin already, and it has not happened yet. So I'm going to put it on paycheck 2 instead of here. So that'll be fine. I'm just going to zero that out. Just pretend it's not there. Our Orkin person is showing up anytime now. Hopefully I'll get this video done before they show up, and they will do the bill today, and I will just put it on paycheck 2. It's not a problem. And then Roth IRA, I moved to paycheck 1 because it's something I pay in cash, and I had the money in the beginning of the month, so it was not that big of a deal to do it early, and I just took it, moved it from paycheck 2 to backwards to paycheck 1. So now we're going to total all these different numbers up and figure out what our actual balance forward from paycheck 1, the money that's left over, going into paycheck 2 in order to cover all the bills and expenses and the spending and all the things. So that is what we're going to do here. Okay, so let's total up all of the income we have. We have $1,898.12 for military retirement, $2,428.91 for VA disability, $803.04 for rent and dividends for the checking account. And then my husband's paycheck was $1,316.81. And then we rolled over or balanced forward from the month of April into the month of May $2,370.12. And that gave us a working number of, nice round number, $8,817. So I'm excited about that. Now we're going to find out the actuals. As far as I can tell, nothing changed, did it? The water changed. So the water went down. I always budget 50, but we usually hover in the 30s, so that usually changes and gives a little buffer or a little bit of cash left over in the checking account. Yeah, everything else stayed the same. So let's go ahead and total this number up. You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. Okay, so we have $3,798.52. All right, now we're going to total up the actual spending in the different spending categories. I don't need nobody else. Okay, so there was a spending amount of $1,774.91. There we go. So now I can take the actual income, $8,817, minus the actual fixed expenses, $3,798.52, and minus the variable expenses, $1,774.91. There we go. A little tongue-tied there. So I am showing a penny off. Hold on a second. I'm going to write this down. $3,243.50 something cents. So it's either 6 or 7 cents. Let me do this numbers again here. I got you, and you got me too. It's showing 1 and it's supposed to be a 2. I'm going to put 56, even though the calculator said 57, because that is what my bank account says. I'm not sure why I'm a penny off. I've had this struggle for like weeks now, and it's driving me crazy. So hopefully this time it'll fix it. I'm not even going to write an adjustment. It's fine. Paycheck 1 is done. I'm closing the books on that. I'm not sure about this penning thing. It is literally driving me crazy. Okay, so now it's time to set up Paycheck 2. I'm going to go with the number that the bank account says and not really worry about that 1 penny. So I'm balancing forward from Paycheck 1 to Paycheck 2, this $3,243.56. And that is going to be the actual as well. All right, and so I'm going to give myself a check mark there. I'm also going to do the actuals for the deposit because I already see the pending deposit. So $1,315.13, and that's going to be the actuals. And that checks out. And then I'm going to put 0 here for other. But if something happens to come in during the last half of the month of May, I can add that right here and get that total when I close out Paycheck 2 at the end of the month. So sinking funds. Sinking funds are something I do. I have 15 sinking funds. I have a sinking funds video if you want to see. I'll be using it today when Orkin comes out. I don't know the amount yet, so I haven't done that yet, but when I do, I will have that set down. So I'm going to go ahead and put what I normally put for sinking funds. And this month it was $445.99. AT&T, it went up a little bit. It's $285.49 now. Electric is $160.18 this month. It went down a little bit. Tithe is, let's see, $138.31. That's tithe to our church for the salary. The life insurance one is for me and my family. the three of us, and then $87.56. And then one of my sons aged out, so he gets his own policy, and that is $33.16. Discovery Plus is $8.99. Vivint is our home security system. This is for the services to have cellular to the home security system, so they can contact whoever's monitoring, get 911 and emergency services and all the things. So this is the monthly fee for that, $65.82. We paid off the equipment year in 2020, so we haven't owed anything on the equipment. Apple.com is my storage for my phone. And then USCCA is my husband's, $39.17. I had Roth here, but again, I moved it already. I've already paid that into our savings, so I don't have to do that right now. I just took it out of and erased it out of here. So that's the expenses. Now we need to do the grocery household. So I want to make sure I did the numbers right for that. So I gave myself $1,400 for the month for grocery household. And if I should be right, if I subtract the $736.20, and yes, so what I have left for the second half of the month is $663.80. We might go over a little bit on this one. I know restaurants, I gave myself $400 and I spent $333.79, and that gives us $66.21. That's not a lot of money, so I know we're going to intentionally go over budget with this, and we'll just have to deal with it. All right, miscellaneous is kind of the highest one that we have available. So $70 is what I had left and 40 cents. Or let's do it the other way around. Miscellaneous was $400, right? And then I spent $70.40. All right, so that leaves $329.60. Is that right? I think that's where my penny is, because my notes say 59. So that's what I'm going to put here, $329.59. Hopefully that'll keep matching with the bank account. And then I have gasoline, $134. Oh, sorry. For the month I had $200. Minus $134.70. There we go. Now I do have $100 cash that my dad gave me for all the travel and stuff, the gas and stuff. So if I really need to spend cash on gasoline, I can. This is $65.30 for the rest of the month. That'll give me one more tank of gas, and that's all I really need. I don't think I have any extra for my husband's car, but he doesn't drive it that often, so I don't think it needs gas right now. Copay, we haven't spent any yet, so right now we're at $100. Yep. So that's what I have for the whole month. And then we always start unbudgeted with 0, so we're good to go there. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Everything looks good right there. So now we need to total the numbers. I know what the actual is, but I don't know the actual for the rest of this, so that I won't be totaling. I'll just do the budgeted category. Okay, so we have $3,243.56 plus the $1,315.13, and that gives us $4,558.69 to work with the income to cover all the bills and expenses. Since most of our income happens like at the very beginning of the month, I got to make sure this money stretches throughout the entire month, which is why I've been balancing forward month to month whatever's left over and not throwing it into savings, because I need that cushion to make sure that we can cover everything. And hopefully I can get to a point where I just do zero balance forward and just take the money that comes in and only use that for the month. But I'm just not there yet. I do know in August timeframe, I think my husband should be getting a pay raise for his 6-month probationary period will be over with, and he should have a pay raise at that point. So we're excited about that one. All right, let's total up the expenses here.
You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to.
All right, so I'm showing we have $1,267.66. And then over here, let's see.
We can leave and run away.
All right, so I have here $1,224.90. So let's see if I get the same answer I have in my notes if I subtract all this out. So $4,558.69 minus the $1,267.66 minus the $1,224.90. So the budgeted amount is $2,066.13. Now, by the time everything's said and done, we'll see how much comes out of this buffer. This is considered the buffer, or the budget amount that's left over. This is what's sitting in the checking account after all the bills and spending and obligations are already accounted for. This is what we have, and so I want to protect this. And if I have to make decisions, I have to make it with knowing that this is all the buffer, the checking account that I have. So yeah, that is Paycheck 2 setup, a Paycheck 1 closeout. We are done and done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
Someday.